A very warm welcome to you all. Our guest tonight is Sivanee Samynaden. She is a music promoter as well as a young entrepreneur of 27 years old. Sivanee, thank you so much for joining us in the studio of the NBC.
It's my pleasure, Quail.
Sivanee Afrobeat is a blend of African music and Black American music, and it focuses a lot on different rhythm and melodies. How did you learn about Afrobeat, and how did you develop a liking for that type of music?
Okay, my liking stuff Afrobeats was very long ago when I was at the school. I was listening to it, I was vibing to the music. Then in 2018, then when I started to promote the Afrobeat music, I've been inspired by Burna Boy. And also, I've done some research where I discovered that Fela Kuti was the one that found Afrobeats, and the roots come from Nigeria normally. So, what I want is to promote it in Mauritius, where Afrobeats have already made its pathway globally. But in Mauritius, I wanted us to create the Afrobeats culture where our local artists can also vibes and do collaboration with international artists, because we have encountered a lot of international artists that have come here. Like last year, All Wave Sivan, they bring CK, they bring Oxlade. So they have performed, though there have not been kind of interaction. My point is to promote, because as we are Mauritius, we form part of the East Africa. Normally, we have also our resources like other parts of Africa, but I was passionate by West Africa normally, because of the musics and all the culture, and there's lots of things that passionate me. I've not yet been there, but though this year I'm embarking myself there to discover more about the music, what can be done in Mauritius, how we can make Mauritius to be internationally recognized in terms of music, in terms like doing shows. So I've started doing small shows with General Jadel, who's my artist. So I've started is like a joke. Normally we say let's do it. So during the lockdown, we used to go and perform at OMG, and me, I have the I was so resistant. Okay, let's go and let's make the people hear about your music. So we've been there performing, we have been doing consistency, and then we decide to launch our first show in Zulu restaurant in Catrobon, where it was open for public. So lots of people came. They all shocked, who is this artist, because his form of music, he's been here before. His form of music is very different. He's Airbnb singer, producer. There's lots of English in his song. There's small pidgin English also. So that's where we started. Like we say, let's do it. Let's try to see what happened. So we've been performing. When once he hit the show of Majid, where he performed then among like many thousands of people. So that was his first big show. And then we continue. We have now some international shows who's coming. We are also going for tours. Right now, he's not in Mauritius. He's in Nigeria for some shows. I've not been there for now. So we are starting to carry the Afrobeats culture, because we are not carrying only him. We're carrying other artists along. There's Prince Dave, there is Stockcode, and there's other artists along. But I've not been representing those artists. But what I want is to bring the culture out. Hope you understand. So be doing collaboration like our local artists. We can start okay, our local artists, be doing collaboration with them. We never know that these artists, they are Afrobeats artists, so they can hit the international stage.
Yeah, definitely.
They can hit,
But do
yeah.
you feel that Afrobeat culture, Afrobeat music has its place for Mauritian audience?
Yes, it has its place, because most of them have been listening to Afrobeat music, but some of them don't know where the roots come from. Most of them say, "Oh, it's Afrobeat." Some say it's come from Africa, because they used to confuse Amapiano with Afrobeat music. But Afrobeat is different. It have the culture, the tribes, everything that bringing it, making it the Afrobeat itself. You get me? So normally, what me I wanted is Mauritius to get to know. Okay, the roots of Afrobeats come from Nigeria, which is the Amapiano come from South Africa, but they have been mixing of Afrobeats and Amapiano, which been confused. But I've seen lots of Mauritian vibing on it, but the only thing that will anticipate Mauritians to know more about it if Afrobeat is constantly played in club. And right now, I'm working with Obi Kubana, who is a big club promoter in Nigeria, who is going to come here. He have big clubs in Lagos, the city of Nigeria, Abuja. He's going to come here to set up his own club. So this club is going to be a very big. I think it's going to be big club compared to the others club, where it will be centered only Afrobeats music. So we'll be bringing other international artists to be performing in this club because he already have the connection and the leads where he can bring the artists and they can perform here in his own club. He have the connection. He's a big businessman. Lots of I'm sure like lots of people also who's in business here, even Mauritius, normally know who I'm talking about. So we are trying to have a deal with him and also Afro Nation Mauritius, which I'm already in relation. Like we are having a talk already, where we want because I've seen that they targeted Seychelles to do the next Afro Nation because the Afro Nation normally people used to travel around the world to come and see it
Wow,
because
that is interesting.
it's like those type of like gossip pew, but Afro Nation's big is massive. Like they can take like okay an island like Lilo Surf, they can do it, and people from US everywhere they would travel to come because they used to have that okay the price list, the hotel they used to put it together, which we wanted to make it happen in Mauritius. Even in Seychelles, it can happen like Mauritius and also Reunion Island because we are sisters island. So make it like have the mass where it allow our local musician to also climb international stage, because there was one song which is released recently, which Mauritius have represent our flag normally, is Azake. Is a singer, Afrobeat singer. There's Sega music who's been played in it. So they have mixed the Sega and the Afrobeats together. So if you listen to the music normally, you hear the background, the Sega. So it's just like my fight is normally for Afrobeats, but also for Africa because we are one nation
Yeah.
and all our resources come from here. Like us, we have the sugar, we have our tea, we have tourism, like okay, but for West Africa they have the oil, they have the cocoa, a lot of it, they have gold, they have diamonds. So if like for me normally it's like I'm trying to fight for Africa as a young entrepreneur through also Afrobeats music and also through a lot of project to show that other country that we can make it. Even we are a small island, they used to say we're a small dot, but we can be the next one where they say, okay, we need to go to Mauritius because every time there's like there's the vibe of Afrobeats, there's the vibe of like be doing a deal because I've seen government be signing deals with Africa, with Kenya, but also why not having deals with Nigeria, for example. They are rich in oil, they have the gases. So why not having deal, be buying oil from them, be bringing like the government can bring like purchase gold and all those stuff. So that's how normally my fight is mostly for Africa and for Afrobeats music.
And you recently founded your own company,
Yeah.
which is Afrobeat. You've named it Afrobeat. You focuses a lot on promoting Nigerian artists and the music. So tell us about the journey. When did you start that company and how did it all begin?
Okay, the company started in 2021. Normally, we started and we were trying to target Afrobeat artists on the island, but it was not matching my level of expectation because me and what I wanted, like if I have an artist that will blow my mind and be able to blow Mauritian mind, then later on I get in contact with General Jadel. Then we start talking. Then we say like let's work together. I'm his manager. Also, I'm also his music promoter somehow. So we've been working together. We've been promoting the music, be doing shows, be having like in different news channel news. We also did a properly video last year, which was shot by Island Framework Sheikh Alam, and we were trying to bring the culture, the Airbnb, trying to focus also more on English version, where we can like okay, we are trying to find a collaboration because he wanted to do a collaboration with Black Ayo, with Natigong, and also which was pending last year, but this year normally we want to finish it. And let's say that okay, if he have the chance to go on international stage with Davido one day and Burna Boy, so he can carry our local artists along, because we never know those our local artists what can happen. These musicians might like their music and say, okay, I want to do collaboration. So it's going to be something big, and the music industry in Mauritius will be totally different. That's what I want. Like for it to be totally different, for them to be start getting, I want artists in Mauritius to make it as a pay job, I guess, a daily business. They must not know like, okay, we need to have a show. I want them like to have that in their mind. You guys can do your own show. Because if you perform, you do your own show, people will come and you have more type of income, which will help you. You don't need to be waiting when there will be shows that okay, that's how I'll be performing in that show. So I want to bring a different concept of reggae music, Sega, also Afrobeats in it. Like bring a mixture, and let's see how it can be.
But as a music promoter, what is your process actually to help an artist achieve its desired image in front of its audience?
Okay, what's the desire is to perform constantly, to have to make people to know about you for the start, to be going to shows to perform. Sometimes you need to perform for free, because to get the audience, because you cannot go and perform on a stage and people don't know about you, and you have back in your mind that they will pay to come to watch you, which they will not. So you need to create your own, we need to create our own image, make the people know, be on newspaper, or do you know such artists, be doing like be doing live on Instagram, on social media. We have been using promotional ad. So we have been starting with shows, doing our own show. That's how we have built our image by doing show everywhere. We have started in OMG Safari. We also did in Saxo. So we're trying to be like to build our own empire somehow. Where later on I can be also okay. Let me bring Burna Boy. Let me bring Kiss Daniel. Let me bring these big artists which I want to work in future, and carry our local artists and also General Jadel along, because me, my own point is to promote him both like locally and internationally. So is to start here, and for his journey also to start in Nigeria, because that's where people also get to know, because here we are very small. There they are, they have lots of states, like Mauritius is one state in Nigeria. So we want to promote it, but I want him to carry also Mauritius, because his journey have started here. So everywhere he would need to go, oh, I've been in Mauritius, my journey started there. So I want him somehow to carry both flag, even Nigeria and Mauritius, and to make it around the world. We have some tours. We have tours in Barbados. We have some tours that we are trying to finalize. So as it's done, we're going to climb, because being a music promoter, you can propose it to somebody who is elsewhere, other music promoter, but they would like to see how did you build your image? Why should I take this artist? Why shouldn't I pay a higher price to take another artist, to take like Wizkid? What do you have that Wizkid don't have? So there will be like collision. So by building the image and by showing them, okay, I've performed there in big stage, that's where we have make ourselves, and now we're embarking internationally.
But now, do you focus on promoting local artists as well and their work?
Yeah, I am in promoting local artists, but my main point is Afrobeats. So for me to promote local artists is somehow is not to be like criticizing them, but is to for them to change their music system. Like the music system, I mean, with the sound, with the type of vibing they're doing, because you cannot be doing loud music and going internationally and performing big stage in arena, UK arena, and performing this kind of the music is nice, but it's just that the sound, like to make it more. So I was also thinking like the music, there must be like, they must take, for example, they must take the type of beats that international artists are using, by including it in their work. This one, I think, that will boost their work. But my point is to carry them also along, because by doing feature though with him, will make them can bring international, because let's say we go and talk Creole in a stage or sing Creole, they'll never understand it. They'll never understand it. Even in they will understand it, some of them, but in France, in UK, elsewhere, the people there will try to find out what is that person trying to sing. So if there's a collaboration together, and there's some English and some Creole and some French, it will sound more interesting.
Will give them more visibility, maybe.
Exactly. You have more visibility.
Yes. Can you explain to us how actually do you build your relationship with those artists, build contacts with them, and help them to promote their music?
Okay, for the first note, the artists, they have the mindset that me, I'm the artist, I'm the best. But you, as a music promoter and the manager, need to see forward, like, okay, what me I'm saying, you're not seeing it. So me, I'm saying the money. I'm saying sometime we need to do some sacrifice to be able to achieve what we want to achieve. Because as a manager working with the artist, you need to be his best friend, being the best friend, supporting him, because sometimes the morale will be down. You need to be making them to change environment, to be like, let's have consistency. I want you to be recording more often. Go and be recording. With General Jadel was very easy, because every time he's in his studio recording, producing himself, because his producer Pulups and Devins, they will be sending him beats. He'll be the one that will sing it for the beats, and he'll be the one that master it, mix it. So it's a big work behind it, and he might listen to it like 100 or 300 times to make it perfect, to make it like, that's why, like, I like to I like to work with him in a way, because he's more straightforward and he know what he wants. It's just like, it's just that he needs a small push up so that he can achieve more in it. Because you can put your music in a TV, in this and that, but is where you stand, is when the performance is the one that talk. Is your performance on big stage among people with a vibe for it. Who is the singer? Oh, I like his music. Let me go and check his music. So every time he will be going to perform and say, I always tell him, please be telling them I'm General Jadel. Please go and follow my Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe and like my YouTube channel, Apple Audio Max, so that he can get maximum followers. Be following him. But people know him in Mauritius though. For now, people know him. He's been even media, even some newspaper have even give him the King of Afrobeats title.
That's nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
they have given him the King of Afrobeats title, which because he have been promoting. We have been promoting, working as friend, to promote the music very well, and I've been doing follow up with him. Go to the studio, be recording, have consistency. Let's go take nice pictures to putting on your social media to make people know, to change the context a bit, to change the context. That's how like people will value you more. They will know who you are. They will not know you only you're performing on a stage, this and that. They will get to know who are you. You like, if they are interacting with you, you can tell them, I'm a producer, I'm also a music, I'm also a musician, I'm also an artist, beats maker. So that's how we have started.
We are actually drawing toward the end of this episode, but before that, Sivanee, talk to us about your upcoming projects and your vision for Afrobeats now.
Okay, my vision for Afrobeats is to make like they used to have Afro Nation every year. What I want is to carry some our local artists abroad with us. It's not like to have the collaboration, but to carry them and to show our flag, to represent Mauritius globally. We have some. They are doing Afrobeats Mauritius. The next one they're starting. They are doing it in May. So what we aim is to carry some local artists there to be representing our flag, and also to make the Sega and the Afrobeats have the like the mix. Like let's say the producer there, they can use our Sega, our instrumental, and be mixing it together, create a beat, and be using it for Afrobeats artists and for local artists. So me, I want my local artists here. I'm not their manager, but I want them to climb big stage, to make it a daily work. It's not like need, because some artists I pity them because they don't make it as a daily thing. They just like, I'm waiting for shows to do it. So that's what I want. And I'm also, well, I have another project with Ubi Cubana to be doing like a club here, to bring a club and to be bringing more Afrobeats musician, and that's it.
And any advice you have for those hoping to make a career in the music industry like you've done?
I just say that you guys need to be very, very confident, persistence, and consistency, because it's not a easy journey. You have so many door at the start that will say no, no, I don't like you because your music is not that, but you just still need to fight. And for you to fight, you need a strong person, like a very good management team. You don't need to have a lot of management, like a lot of people working with you, because me, I've been working only with one artist. So just have somebody who have the focus, and then you guys can make it, because nothing is possible.
Thank you, Sivanee. It
You're
was such a
welcome.
delight to have you on the set tonight and learn more about the role of a music promoter.
Yes, thank you, Koyo, for having me here too.
Dear viewers, we have now come to the end of this episode. Thank you for being with us. We hope to catch you next week at the same time, same channel. Have a great evening.